Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
everybody, and welcome to the AOR Classic Christmas Cups. I am Austin. I am joined in the commentary box by Cozzie F1. Cozzie, how are you feeling?
Excited for this race. Hopefully we share the same feelings for this Classic Christmas Cup. It's the second season of this, and it should be even better than the first.
Yeah, Classic Christmas Cup certainly brings out a lot of different drivers and joys for us today. Christmas spirits, Christmas joys, and just otherwise all fantastic stuff here in the AOR community.
Well, it's a good chance to see who really is the best driver, because it kind of levels up the playing field. Everyone is using the exact same cars. It's the 1978 Lotus being used in today's race here at the prestigious Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. So we should be seeing some great action. That's such a great circuit.
Yeah, Spa-Francorchamps is one of the best. Sound is crap. Thank you. Spa-Francorchamps is a favorite of many drivers. So let's skip all the intros and all that and go on to track right now. There we go. We are here on track. Anyone you're certainly following right now, as most of these drivers are on their outlap?
No wonder why everyone's on their outlap, but I do have my eye on Williams' Tim. Tino signed up quite late to this series, but he is in, and obviously being an F1 tier driver, he should be one to look out for and one to probably be a bookmarker's favourite for this victory. But don't discount anyone just yet. This is definitely a display of who will be the best in this series. And you know, Chromatic, he's in PCF1. Smash, he's also in PCF1. Smeege also, who's been signed by VSR quite recently. So yeah, it's definitely going to be intense, this qualifying session.
It certainly is looking to be intense. I'll let you commentate on your own for a little bit. I think I have to check something.
Well, Tino is actually starting his flying lap, going on board with the Williams driver. It's such a different perspective on these 1978 Lotus cars. They're going such slower than what you would expect on the F1 2018 cars, but he still manages to take Eau Rouge and Radion flat out there, now going down the Kemmel Straight, only reaching 163 miles an hour. That's such a low speed limit compared to what we see in the drastic difference on the 2018 cars. But he breaks into Le Com, the left, then the right, then left, then right once again, and then heading down to Bruxelles. Turn 10, locks up for good measure. There's yellow flags somewhere in Sector 3, but I think they have now been alleviated, and we're going to carry on riding aboard with Tino as he heads through No Name, now down towards Puan. How is he going to take this in his Lotus? He brakes down to 4th gear, again back on the power, heading flat out through that corner, and now heading down towards the 13 and 14 chicane. Right, then left once again, heading down towards Stabilo as he rounds out the lap here. First right-hander is alleviated, and now flat out to the second left-hander. It's a difference. He's nearly reaching pole times right now, but it's going to be a drastic, around 20-second difference between the 2018 cars and this Lotus. Now heading into Bonchemont. Is this flat out? I think it actually was on the telemetry. I was showing no lift or the throttle there from Tino, so he is going full pedal to the metal. Brake as late as he dare into the bus stop chicane. Didn't really get that spot on, but up towards the line. He's going to be one of the first to set a lap time. Where's it going to be? It's obviously going to be good enough the pole, but it's a 2 minute 6.1 for Williams. Tim, can't anyone match him? Apex is coming around the final corner in his Lotus, because everyone's in the same car. He puts himself second place at the time being, and no one seems to be challenging Tino so far.
I just want to say something. Why is Le Mans on wets?
I'm as confused as you are. I don't know why. Unless my eyes are deceiving me, it is clear skies, so that's obviously a mistake from Le Mans.
Well, you might just be memeing this up, or just laying out some extra rubber for him later on in the qualifying session. But
yeah,
that's interesting.
I
thought he was on wets in the pits, so I don't know what's going on with Le Mans right there. But VP Presnard, I don't know how to actually say, huh?
You can call him Smash.
Smash. Okay, VP Smash is up into P2 at a 206.931 as he goes around the long right-hander of turn 10. It's looking pretty good. Who is on a flyer? It's actually Le Mans, who's completed a lap of 2:23.148. Might want to change those wheels, buddy.
Yeah, 17 seconds on the pace of Tino, so clearly not the right tyre to be on at this occasion, but maybe in the race it might be used. Who knows, but definitely not in qualifying.
Sergio Coy is coming up to the final braking zone right there. Misses the apex, but he's going to carry on to finish this lap. I was about to say opens up DRS, but these cars don't have DRS. But he comes across the line. Actually, that lap was invalidated, so he's on his flying lap right now. Let's ride on board with Sergio Coys.
He's actually in my tier in F4, so he'll be looking to impress as much as he's been doing so far in the F1 leagues. But now in the Classic Christmas Cup, it's a whole different different ball game. And he's down 20th right now. He's going to have to set a good lap time.
Yeah, he definitely wants to set a good lap time, thankfully. These engines are just so different to what we're used to. I just want to say, I had the audio levels at about 7 when we started, and I had to actually change them down just on how incredibly loud these cars are, and just on how different they sound to the regular hybrid engines that we have. Brings back the nostalgia, I must say.
Yeah, the engines are so ferocious compared to nowadays. There's so much bravery was into the cars, how dangerous they were compared to real life. The drivers had balls of steel, like they were just so dangerous, and it's just great to see that there's no risk of anything happening, and all the drivers now can go flat out as much as they like in these cars, despite their speed difference
and downforce difference.
And yeah, everything's not as well. As technology has increased, and it got more developed so far in F1, it's just speeds are getting higher and higher. And 2 minutes 6 lap time right now. Obviously, Spa it changed from what it was like in 1978. But yeah, 20 seconds. Wow, 20 second difference between what we see in real life and what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, there is a gap forming between the drivers of. That just shows you on the advancement of technology and the advancement of Formula One, and just on how fast it got as Sergio Coys comes across the line. And he goes up to third with Smeej in second, but he's half a second behind of Smeej in second place, who is on his second lap of these dry tires. I think he's going on his in lap. These dry tires can pull out a one-stop in Spa, so we aren't going to really be seeing some tire strategies. They could go for a two-stopper, but I highly doubt that will be a valuable strategy, as hopefully Le Mans goes on to some dry tires very soon.
Yep, if people are unfamiliar with this series, it's a short qualifying session right now before turning into a 25% race. All 5 races across this 2.5 week period are all 25%. So only one-stop races are necessary, and I think as the championship climatizes, I think the qualifying goes in reverse championship order. So, the guys at the front of the championship will start at the back. So it's, it could be anyone's game come the end of this 5-race championship as to who takes it. Smeej, actually, we should mention that he is the 2017 champion. He took the crown last season, so I think his only aim is to carry that good form and take his second championship. But I think there will be some other drivers who will have other thoughts about that. Speaking
of the championship and different rounds, since this is round 1, I I will actually not be here for the rest of the rounds. Actually, I think the entire commentary crew will be switched in round after round, give a new fresh take on the AOR Classic Christmas Cup. Just a lot more fun and enjoyable for all the commentators and drivers and viewers.
Yeah, hopefully that the viewers are enjoying the stream so far. Not that much action going on right now because most drivers are in the pits, but I think Return...
Yeah, he's just coming across the line right now.
Where can he put his car? He's 13th at the moment, so he's outside the top 10. Well, I think he'll be able to find a few more tenths come the end of the session.
He is 1.95 seconds behind a Williams temp. We got 7 minutes left, so he's going to have time to go around the track at least once more, I believe. He's going to have to push it on his in-lap, though, because kind of cutting it short right there. Let's go on board with actually your current pole sitter, Williams temp, as he's coming... Oh, wait. Smeege. Let's go on board with the current championship defender of Smeege as he's bringing his Lotus all the way around on his outlap. Anyone on a flyer? Hayden's on a flyer.
Yes, he is. Man in 8th place at the moment, looking to gain up a few positions in the pecking order. 7 tenths down on TNO at the moment, and he's coming through Puon. Full commitment through here. Not that much from Hayden. Just don't want to run wide and possibly invalidate your lap time, or maybe even end up in the barriers. These cars are very traction sensitive, so any lift off and any chance of traction loss is definitely possible. You lose it coming out of that chicane there.
Yeah, if you're ever wanting to look at traction control and on how to just manage your car with the throttle, just look at the telemetry in the bottom right of your corner. You can just see the brake and throttle levels. Well, here is just easy flat out as Hayden's not even lifting off of that throttle as he flings it through his left-hander. Just beautiful. And approaching hard on the brakes. Bit of a lockup in the front right. Across the final turn. Hard on the gas. Back end getting out just a little bit as Big Boss has retired from the session. Oh no.
Down in 12th place. There's no yellow flags out, so I don't think
that might have just been a I'm done and just retired.
He does surely has enough time to get out and set a lap time. I mean, it is a 7 kilometer circuit. It's one of the longest.
We actually have a little bit of race on board with Michael X99. I don't know who he's following though, but I think he's just invalidated his lap where he's really mad at the driver ahead of him. But they were having a little drafting down the back straight of the corner that I keep forgetting.
Blanchimont.
Thank you. It's a sin, but I'm American, so I get one sin. I get one sin a race. Oh, but Michael getting very loose on that ace. I think he's going on his flying lap right now. So let's ride on board with Michael. I may switch over to the current pole sitter of Williams Temp very soon.
Yeah, he's only a few seconds behind Michael, both coming through a source right now. So hopefully Michael can set his lap time and hopefully not be a distraction to Tino's lap.
If you're interested in joining the AOR Christmas Cup or any AOR events, just go on to apexonlineracing.com. The link is in the description to the website, and go on to the forums. We have a bunch of racing events either on F1 2018, Artifact of 2, Assetto Corsa, I believe, Rocket League as well.
iRacing as well.
And iRacing, so lots of events available on the AOR forums. And a great community as well as, ooh, Michael gets very loose, almost collides into the wall right before No Name, but corrected it and keeps on going through Puon. It's just great watching these older cars go through tracks right now. I have to say, I'm in heaven right now.
Yeah, it's just different taste to what we've been accustomed to so far in this AOR hype season. It's just nice to see a bit of change, and even the most experienced drivers having a few problems, just getting accustomed to these older cars, which are so different in handling and controlling the car. And the speed differences again, and the downforce, everything.
Oh, we got a slow car ahead of Williams. Oh, not Williams. Michael. I think Michael's going to get a bit of a tow coming up to the bus stop chicane. He did have to ruin his lap, but he did. I think he just broke extremely early to avoid that car, but he's hard on the brakes. Through the bus stop. Oh, gets very loose. Okay, let's go on board with Williams Temp as Michael comes across the line. Does not improve, 2 seconds slower, but Williams Temp is right behind. Williams
doesn't improve. I think he backed off exactly the same reason as Michael did. He clearly wasn't happy with what he did, but he still got another dose, another try on this lap. It was his last flying lap of the session before the checkered flag closes. 1 minute and 50 times. Anyone coming in the pits so far? Hayden actually comes out, but I think he's left it too late.
Yeah, you had to. If the pole time is not even 2 minutes left and you're leaving the pits right now, you're not going to get around the track that fast unless you got some weird teleportation abilities, and probably get reported to the stewards for that. But it's pretty much the final shootout right now with 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this qualifying session. Williams Temp leads the field, followed by SHC Churro.
Crow, I think.
Crow. It is Crow. I've said Churro in the F1 stream, and I got... Well, speaking of Crow and Smeege, look at the gap between them. 0.1 seconds.
Oh, wow.
0.001 separates Crow and Smeege.
Smeege looking to go one better than Crow at the moment, but Crow, that's a great lap time. I think he's still going on his flying lap.
Yeah, he's entering Cope Paul Ferrer, I believe is the name of that corner, and entering Blanchimont right now. Where's Smeege at?
Smeege coming through over Rouge and Radion on his final flying lap of this session. It's absolutely amazing to see those cars, but I think Crow is actually coming towards the end of his lap, braking into the bus stop chicane. Looks pretty well managed so far. Yeah, he does. Up towards the line now. Can he go quicker than a 2 minute 6.2? Yes, he can. It's pole.
Does. That is pole. I think Presnard was up there in P2, and he did jump Williams Temp. But speaking of Williams Temp, let's see if Williams Temp has anything to say as he's coming through the final chicane right now. Hard on the gas across the DRS line. That is completely irrelevant at this point. Comes across the line. Does not get it. Let's check out Smeege. Smeege going through Poulon right now. But Williams Temp does not improve his time. 0.170 seconds. So, current pole sitter is Crow, who has retired. Presnard is in P3, so we'll check in on him. Actually, where is he?
He's coming down towards Poulon. His smash.
Okay, he's behind Smeege.
Down below.
Smeege is going through Cope Paul Ferrer.
Showing a personal best middle sector, so he could be on for a pretty decent lap. He's 4/10 off pole position. Can he somehow snatch pole for the first race of Season 2 of the Classic Christmas Cup, coming into Blanchimont? Full commitment through now, brake as late as you dare into the bus stop chicane. Second gear, it goes into neutral for a slight bit there. Maybe that's how he wants to take it, but now back on the power, up towards the line. Is it pole for Smeege? No, it's not. He improved slightly, but not enough. What about Smash now? Can he go better than Zerda is actually promoted up into third place? Great lap from him, but what can Smash do? Coming up towards the bus stop chicane.
Smash looking very fast. Doesn't switch down to neutral unlike Smeege. Maybe that was the downfall of Smeege right there, but Smash hard on the throttle, coming across the line. It is smashed up to P3. He absolutely smashed it up into P3.
I don't say that ever again. Oh, dear. Yeah, but there, Smash, unfortunately, not able to topple the top two.
As we earn a bit of experience coming out of the qualifying session, here are your results. It is Crow taking first place, followed by Temp, VP Smash, Sturdia Coys, Smeeze, Richie B, Michael 99, Apex, Flash 224, Hayden. You want to take 11 down?
Why not? Veselty comes home in 11th, and Martin in 12th for Turn, and Zerd both teammates in F4 alongside each other. Le Mans and Rally keep each other company in 15s and 16s. Race Monster and Julian, both Dutchies, rounding out the 9th row with Eli and Big Boss, who were tied quite early on in the session, rounding out your 20-man grid for the start of the second season of the classic Christmas Cup here in Apex Online Racing. But unexpectedly, the top 3 are all from PC Split 1. So it shows that despite the different tyres, the different cars, the different circumstances, it is still the top drivers coming out on top in this qualifying session. But it could all change in the race.
Yeah, if you have pace, it transfers over. As somebody once told me, pace equals pace, no matter what car. If you're fast, you will always be fast. So these guys are the best of the best in the top of the field. Not saying much about the bottom anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if we have formation lap. We'll find out any second now. It won't surprise me if we don't. Do we have formation lap?
What
yes, we do.
Nightbot. I'm sorry, Nightbot just went on a rampage. But yes, we are on the formation lap right now. Hopefully everything is going to go very well and no one gets into any chaos. Everyone's starting on the dry tires for this one stop. It's going to be very hard, I'm going to be honest, to distinguish each cars from each other because we just got the Black Lotus.
Yep, everyone is in the exact same car, level playing fields for everyone. But I think the start is going to be interesting. Hopefully no drama like what we saw in real life. Hopefully we'll be seeing a clean start, and the slipstream on the Camel Straight could prove effective for the likes of Tino, Philip, and Zerdai in 4th place.
So as we are going through this formation lap, let's just have a little bit of Christmas fun. Who do you think is going to be your podium? Also, people in the chat, what are your predictions for this race? Put them in the chat. Whoever gets the closest gets a cookie or something. Haven't made up my mind on that yet, but I'm pretty sure Williams Temp is going to come out on top of this race. Maybe Smeege gets a podium spot. That's all I'm thinking of this race. Smeege, being the defending champion, may have a lot to fight for.
Yeah, whatever happens, we'll embrace it and we will hope for the best result possible. But I think the esports experience might prove pivotal in this race. And Tino, we're looking to have something to say on Crow's pole position, but maybe pole might be a disadvantage because of the Camel Straight and the sheer amount of slipstream that drivers can achieve from that. But it's all down to the start. If Crow can get away well, he could win this race.
Yeah. Also, turn 1, that hairpin at the start of the race may prove to be a big game setter, as the damage in these cars doesn't really immediately take you out of the races, unlike in F1 2018 cars. So they're a lot more durable. But does that mean we're going to see a bit more bump and running going in and out through turn 1? Hopefully, the midfield and back of the field and front of the field, no one tries anything insane. But it might happen as Crow is coming up to the grid right now. A final few weaves of the tires to warm them up. And everyone is lining up. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your hot cocoa ready, because the AOR Christmas Classic Cup is about to start.
Yes, it is 11 laps ahead of us for the 25% race. One stop to the end for most drivers, as Big Boss and Eli, the last two, to form up on the grid as they're gearing up now to the 5 red lights for the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go here at Spa. Who's going to get the best start out of the top 2? Looks like Crow managing to hold his first position into the source. Everyone braking into turn 1. Tino trying to find a room round the outside, but can't making it sick. There's contact at the back. Someone's spun. We're going to carry on with the leaders. Crow is heading down towards Overroute. Just 2 side-by-side moments. That looks like Michael and Zerdai going wheel to wheel. No, Smeege, that's actually Smeege, who's lost that position to Michael. Now down the Camel Straight. Look at the slipstream that Tino's getting from the back of Chromatic. Chromatic going defensive already on the Camel Straight. Now Tino's going to pull out to the outside, try and make the move down towards Lake Com. Can he make it for the lead of the Grand Prix?
Sends it up the inside. It's
Chromatic
Crow.
with a great defense. It's keeping Cole at first position. Smash managing to hold Zerdai for 3rd and 4th, and Smeed has lost out to 6th already, but everyone seems to be getting away pretty nicely indeed. There's someone lost a bit of traction on the exit of turn 7 there, and that's Martin. Oh, there's contact at the back. Martin's made contact with, I think that was Flash
2-4.
Yep, they've made contact at the back, and Richie B has been overtaken by Smeed, and there's lots of changes at the rear, but at the front, drivers seem to be keeping it clean and keeping in their positions, holding station for the time being.
Yeah, I'm on board with Smeej and Michael right now. They're in the middle to get all these leaders in one shot. You just don't see that anymore today, but it's just insane on how close these cars can follow than the heavy aerodynamic dependent cars of today.
Yeah, the top 6 really starting to pull away a little bit as Tino is getting a great slipstream down towards Blanchimont. Obviously no DRS activated, it's all down to pure engine power and just pure slipstream from the guys. As Tino's getting a great one, especially going through Blanchimont. He could have a chance to lead the Grand Prix. Crow again going defensive to the inside line as he heads towards the bus stop chicane. Will Tino try and hang it round the outside into the penultimate corner? No, he tries to do the switcheroo at the chicane there. Tries to get a better run down towards La Source, but this is shaping up as lap 1 ends. It's Chromatic just about managing to keep ahead of this Grand Prix, ahead of Tino, ahead of Smash, ahead of Zerdai, as that's Apex going down the inside of Richie B. Locks up, he breaks too deep, and Richie B says, thank you very much, I'll be having
there's 3 wide.
Place back off you. Yes, there is. You interrupted there. Apex just about managing to stay ahead of Vess out there, and Hayden's going to try. I thought Hayden was going side by side into Eau Rouge there. He thought better of that one.
That's already on, actually.
As Apex has now having to defend, as actually there's a move as leader of the Grand Prix. Tino is going to hang it round the outside into Lake Cobb, but once again, deja vu. Chromatic manages to stay ahead as there's contact somewhere. Who's had contact? It's a rear. Oh, there's a Williams. There's a spin of. I'm not sure. It's Julian actually
Julian
down the field.
Yeah, Julian had a spin in the braking zone. That is disastrous for Julian's race right there. He already has a 5-second stop-go penalty, I believe, at the start of this race for contact or something as he locks up through turn 10. Let's go back to the start with Sturdia Coys and VP Smash in the battle for 3rd place. Actually, maybe go back to the leaders very soon.
Look how close Chromatic and Tino are getting. Literally, Tino's almost pushing Chromatic into turn 13 and 14. You know, last year we saw a great battle between Smeed and Smash for the lead of the Grand Prix. That was in the 1996 Williams car. Now this is much different cars. Chromatic still managing to just about keep Williams Timp at bay. It's not a Williams, it's a Lotus. But Smeed has actually managed to jump Michael whilst we were looking at that. Apex ahead of
Williams going around the outside into the bus stop chicane. Does he have the look? He does have the front wing. He does have the wheelbase, and he does have the position. But look at Crow. Crow down the inside on the switchback. Does not fight back as Williams gets the lead, but Crow going down the inside into turn 1. He thinks twice about it, and they're going to have a little braking battle going around turn 1. Crow in 2nd. Williams in 1st. This could be very awesome. Let's go on board with Crow. Up through El Rouge and Radion. It's just gaining so much. Oh my goodness.
They're going to go side by side even before the DRS zone as they're going wheel to wheel.
It's a drag race.
Pure drag race. Can Crow manage to retake the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix into the braking zone? He managed to brake later and make the corner ahead of Tino, and he is back up into the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix. Switch again in Chromatic's favour, and he is back up into the lead. Tino's trying to fight back through turn 10, but he can't find a gap.
We got another yellow flag in sector 1. It's Big Boss! Oh, unfortunately, Big Boss has retired from the race. I don't know what's happened, but there are a few cars just jostling around him, so it must have been a big giant crash. I don't want to switch away from this lead, I'm going to be honest. These two are just having a ding-dong battle with each other. Crow dives it up the inside, Tip dives it up the inside, the Crow again, the Tip again, it's Crow, then Tip, the Crow, then Tip, over and over and over and over, and I'm loving it.
just like the McDonald's catchphrase. It is absolutely great to see the leaders playing ping pong almost, like who's going to come out on top. They're only on lap 3 of 11, and we just can't pinpoint a winner. Like as soon as Chromatic tries to gain after he overtakes him, Tino has something to say about that, and as soon as Tino gets ahead, Kuro has something to say about that again. But now with more slipstream going
Tino
through Blunchmon,
oh my goodness, they make contact! They make contact with the wheel. Timo hit the back wheel of Crow, bounced him off the track just a little bit. I believe he led him back on just in front ahead of him. So good sportsmanship by Tino right there. But he is in the draft once again and may try to move down the Canvas straight as return and gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for exceeding track limits. As Tino sends it down the inside of turn 1 and trying to get the better run on Crow. Koiz and Smash are actually closing in on the battle for first. So this might be a 4-way fight later on in the race as they go up through El Rouge and Radion. Down the Chemo straight. He's got the slipstream. I think he's got the engine mode. And now it's a drag race, ladies. It's a double drag race in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts because we're drag racing here in Belgium. But, oh, Timo actually got on the brakes really early and let Crow down on the inside.
What about Zerdai and Smash? Zerdai can't get ahead, so both Smash and Crow putting up a great resilience against both Tino and Zerdai, managing to hold their positions first and third respectively. Whilst we're watching that, I think Julian was involved in another incident, as Return was also involved in an incident himself. He's lost out a lot of ground. But yeah, a lot of incidents at the start at the rear of the field. Thankfully, not at the front, because I want this battle to go right to the checkered flag. I don't know about you, but this is amazing.
This is absolutely hair-raising. And if you're sitting down right now, I hope you got yourself a big old glass of eggnog, because this is just great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure everyone's American who will understand that. But anyway,
apple cider.
Grab your Hype energy drinks. Or Hype energy drinks, because they are fantastic sponsors. And this is definitely hype indeed, as Tino once again through Blanchimont, getting a great toe behind Chromatic, but it's very difficult to overtake.
He actually ran in a little bit in the grass right there as he's going to try and dive it up around the outside, but going to set himself up for the switchback, gets on the brakes way more earlier than Crow, and lets Crow out in front again. Do you think he's doing that just for strategy to see how much he can gain on Crow in the slipstream and save it up for the last race? And like, for the last lap, as they're almost bumping each other through turn 1. But this might be a strategy move by Timo, just to let Crow lead all these laps, burn out the tires, and just gauge his strategy and just wait for the mistake.
What I'm thinking is Tino's not going to try and overtake through the bus chicane or the source, because he's going to put under threat down the Camel strip, which is exactly what he's doing. So Chromatic again going wheels to wheel, another drag race, and a drag race between Zerdai and Philip, as well as we head into Lecom for lap 5 of this Belgian Grand Prix. Chromatic breaks latest and once again keeps hold of that first place, as Zerdai, unfortunately for him, cannot overtake Smash either. It's absolutely great wheel-to-wheel action, and thankfully without the DRS, I think this is creating such a great battle. Maybe even with DRS, we might be seeing Tino streak away.
Yeah, it certainly showed that DRS is probably a crutch to modern F1 cars who are so heavily dependent, but that just shows you on how different these cars are to modern ones. They aren't that reliable on aerodynamics and all the complex flaps and wings and divots and everything that just pushes air around. This is more just creating down force. And so they can follow each other much closer without the aid of dirty air infringements or opening up a flap in the back.
Oh no!
Oh,
sorry to interrupt there,
Zerd.
Austin, but Zerd is unfortunately out of the session. He lost it coming out of P1, and that's unfortunately his race over for the first round of 5. He'll be looking to bounce back at Silverstone next weekend out.
Yeah, yeah, I believe the next race is on a Saturday, isn't it?
Sunday.
Oh, it's Sunday. Oh no! Timo just got a 5-second stop-go penalty, and so does Smeej! That is...
Dear.
That is disastrous for the fight of this lead. Timo has to hit the pedal and run now. That's the only way if he wants to keep this lead and this position, honestly, because he'll fall down as we have another retirement as Westall has retired from the race. I want to give a big shout out to Citizen Eli, who's jumped up 6 places from the start.
Tino might be able to jump a place. Speaking of gaining places, he's going wheel to wheel with Chromatic once again. But once again, Chromatic is absolutely doing a stellar job of keeping Tino at bay for the time being. It's every single lap. He's just positioning his car in the perfect amount of places, just making sure that Tino cannot find a gap where it's possible that he can find a way round his outside, and Chromatic doing everything right to stay ahead and lead this Grand Prix as we approach half distance.
Yeah, we have approached and passed it. It's 11 laps, so you can't really have a on-point halfway distance, so we're just using turn 10 as that halfway distance.
Yeah, exactly.
As they're slowly making their way through Village. Tino just a bit falling just behind as these two leaders are just flying away from the back of the field, as I'm getting some really weird camera angles from F1 right now, so I'm going to have to switch between a few drivers.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not just about the lead of the Grand Prix, but whilst we were looking at that,
Richie B
has lost out 2 positions actually to Apex and Hayden, so both Brits getting ahead of the Dutchy 7th and 8th for Apex and Hayden respectively, and Richie B down a few places into 9th.
Well, back to the lead again as Tino has made up the time and closed in on Crow, but Crow, once again, in every braking zone that we have seen, has made the overtake, but Tino has got the fast lap of 2:07.192. I don't know why I thought that 2 looked like a 1. I'm American.
That's your excuse, but once again, I think Tino seems to be the quicker driver, but you know, it doesn't matter about pace. It's the fact that Chromatic is defending brilliantly so far and not giving Tino a slice of that first position for any longer. But can it change on lap 7? He's much closer, maybe the closest he's ever got, but they're still going side by side.
Oh, he's holding him down there.
Later?
But he lets
he
lets Crow by once again.
Chromatic once again taking to the inside line, which is definitely the preferred line through that corner, and Tino obviously doesn't feel that there's room around the outside. These cars are very wide and very low, but Chromatic locks up into turn 10 because can I give Williams Tim a sniff?
Oh, they actually hit contact. They made contact. Crow pushed Williams into the wall as they go through No Name up to Puon. They might go side by side again, or a switchback may be incurred, but Crow definitely went really wide through turn 10, and just Williams looked for that mistake and he got it, but couldn't make the move as they're approaching Village right now. So I believe this complex of turns.
Yep, I think Crow seems to be struggling a little bit, and maybe his time at the top of this pecking order might be coming to an end as Tino looks to be on the charge every single lap, trying to find as much pace as possible in his car, trying to make the most of the slipstream, especially down this straight and down the Kemmel straight. He's getting great toe once again through a bunch of money heads now. He's got much better grip compared to Chromatic, and now we're going wheel to wheel once again, but I suspect the Chromatic is going to break later into the bus stop chicane. No, he doesn't. Tino goes around the outside and he has the inside line for the final corner, and there we go. Tino has finally retaken over the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix.
But it's Crow on the attack once again. Oh, no! Oh, my heart just went straight up into my chest. A little friendly bump, but Crow has let Tino by sportsmanship in its highest form, and it's now a 4-way fight for the lead as VP Smash and Cozzie have joined in on this 2x2 fight, and down the Kemmel straight, it might turn into a 4-way fight if the guys in the back could make a jump on it. But coming up through Radion, actually, is Crow and Tino. Tino and Crow. Smash and Cozzie. 2x2, but it's not Noah's Ark right here. It's into the braking zone. It's gonna be Crow. But Tino on the switchback might have it. No, he does not. How about this switchback? Oh man, they're absolutely just battling out these top 4 guys. Another touch of the wheels between Tino and Crow as they're flying through turn 10 and into No Name. It has become a 4-way fight. This is just madness.
This is what F1 is about. Pure drag racing, pure wheel-to-wheel racing, no DRS, no artificial things going on here. It's just the pure pace of these 4 drivers. Chromatic once again retakes over the lead of this crazy race. It's only 25%. I'm a bit gutted because we're not going to see any strategy come into play. If it was a 50% race, we might have done. But this race looks to be coming up to an end before we probably would have wanted it to, because this battling has been served. We've been served a treat so far, and there's still 3 laps to go after they cross the line.
I'm kind of a bit disappointed. I really want this to go all the way to 50% races like we usually do, but the Christmas Cup is shorter, and down through Blanchimont, Tito sends it up the inside, but Crow and Tito once again drag racing into the bus stop chicane. Crow's got the inside, but look at Smash! Getting incredibly close to the leaders. It's now a 4-way fight as that group back there has joined them, as Richie B unfortunately had a retirement. But look at Tino down the inside into turn 1. Had a look, didn't like it as Crow locked up just a little bit as they're all flying down the front straight, approaching Radion and El Rouge. These 4, now 5. Smeesh has joined the party. He's just slightly behind the defending champion of the AOR Hype Energy Christmas Cup is following this massive pack on lap 9 out of 11 as they fly down the Kemmel Straight. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle your seatbelts, don't leave your seats, don't turn off the stream, because this is going to go towards the end as Tino goes around the outside, but Crow sends it up the inside and gets the position.
This is absolutely great. The top 4 separated by just over a second. Absolutely incredible stuff. And as the top 2, Bass, this is just bringing in Smash and Zerdai into contention here. As you mentioned, just a little bit too far back. But, you know, as these as they continue to lose time, I mean, they're losing time, but it's absolutely great racing. Is Tino Grissin on the inside of Puon? He thought about it, you know, but thought better of it as Chromatic just about manages to hang on. As Tino actually threw towards turn 13 and 14 into the chicane, he thought about it once again.
Crow is leaving the room. He is leaving the room for Tino. So the moves are there to make, but Tino's just a very cautious driver and doesn't want any mistakes. He does have a 5-second penalty that he might protest against, as flying down into Corporate Paul Ferreira and this little back straight. They're going side by side, approaching Blanchimont. Pushing just slightly Crow into the grass, but around the turn, it's gonna be Tino taking the lead. But Crow diving around the outside into the braking zone. Oh no, Crow actually has the lead. Oh, actually he got smashed. VP smashed Tino in the rear just a little bit, making him get a little bit loose. But this 4-way pack coming down with 2 laps to go. Lap 10 out of 11. It's Crow in the lead, followed by Tino. VP Smash in second, followed by Sergio Coys. That is your battle with Smeege just following just back there. He's probably just back there like a vulture, just in case something mad happens. We'll happily take this victory. But hopefully this will be a clean race all the way down. Coming down the Kemmel Straight, it's going to be Tino and Crow having a drag race side by side. Look at Smash in the background. Smash is gaining tons of time. Smash in the braking zone. They make contact and bang wheels. It's gonna be Tino and Crow. Tino and Crow. It's gonna be Crow taking out the lead once again. But Smash has joined the party, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, look at the team's gonna talk on these sides. Oh, the bit of contact between the two of them. Chromatic just about managed to stay ahead. Into No Name, he has the inside line and it stays ahead once again, but Tino's giving it absolutely everything in his bid to get ahead of Chromatic. Even despite his penalty, he's looking to get the win on track, and Smash is joined onto this party at the exact right time. And Tino, once again, Chromatic defending for all his life, trying to stay ahead. Even if he doesn't know about the penalty, he's still trying to win this on track as they're going side by side into turn 14. As Tino will get a bit of a tank slammer on the exit then. and Smash is just playing the patient game, waiting for an opportunity to size his car up the inside. He's in effective second place right now, but the win is there for the taking for Smash. It isn't, unfortunately, for Tino. That penalty will really cost him, and he will unfortunately lose out to Smeege out this straight. But look at the slipstream he's getting. It's just proving so effective for him.
Diving down the inside. Forget rocking around the Christmas tree. Let's rocking around Spa-Francorchamps, because this is just awesome right now for the AOR Classic Christmas Cup. Tino does have that 5 seconds penalty, but I think he's going to try to appeal that. He's just going to race for the heck of it as they enter the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Who's it going to be? Tino, Crow, Smash, Cozzie. Buckle your seatbelts.
Chromatic, if he defends the Camel Straight for the final time, he could have this win in the bag, but that is a big task, especially with the slipstream that Tino's getting up through Radion, and now they're going wheel to wheel onto the Camel Straight. They see the fans of the grandstand, they're on their feet. They are watching you go side by side, wheel banging between the two of them as Tino has the outside line, Chromatic with the inside line.
Tino
who's going to come out top? Tino with around the outside. He has the inside of the second part of the escape, but Chromatic fighting this back. Inside line goes to him.
Look at the Smash. Smash has joined in on it. It's getting argy-bargy up in here around turn 10. Tino around the outside, but it's going to be Crow defending on the inside. They're side by side. Smash trying to push Tino into the lead, but Tino dives it up the inside of Crow through No Name. Crow goes off the track into the curves. It's Tino taking the lead, followed by Crow. They're side by side, approaching Puan. Ladies and gentlemen,
oh no, let's go!
It's Crow! He's sliding to some. I've never seen cars fall that close. Oh my goodness, what is going on right there? Crow and. Oh, Crow!
I don't know what's happening. I think
Smash is a bit desynced.
But remember, if Smash finishes ahead of Crow, he wins the Grand Prix. He came second in the Christmas Cup last season at Spa, and if he manages to get ahead of Chromatic, unfortunately we have some desync going on between the two of them, so they are invisible. They are invisible on both of their screens. Tino currently leads. Chromatic gets a great slipstream. He will take the victory if things stay like this. Tino, unfortunately with the penalty, will drop down the field. But now into the bus stops game for the final time.
It's going to be 11. Tino setting it up the inside. Crow getting a little bit of a bump from Smash. Smash smashes his way through Crow. Crow down the inside, drifting it, but it's going to be Tino taking it on track victory, followed by Crow. Crow's going to take the win, followed by Cozzie. Tino in third, followed by Smash, who Smeege takes fifth, followed by Hayden. Michael takes seventh, Flash in eighth. Let's go on board with Return as he comes across the line in ninth. Too bad we had that desync at the end. That was just really funny to watch.
That's just such a shame, because I didn't realise Smash had that 5 seconds top gun penalty, but it is Chromatic fully deserving of that victory. What a sensational way to start the second round. Despite that desync, the battle between Chromatic and Williams' Tim was absolutely sensational to watch. It's Tim that takes the win on track, but unfortunately, due to penalties, he was unable to stay ahead. He rounds out the podium. Zerite manages to take second place, but Chromatic wins this race, and he must need a breather after that exceptional defending.
Speaking of breathers, I'm going to need a breather after that, as this certainly is providing a great storyline for Sunday at Silverstone, I believe. I'm not sure what car they're in on Sunday, though, but it's going to be Crow taking the win, and honestly, as Aviations has said in the chat, that was the most dramatic end to the race I've ever seen, and I'm going to be honest, this lives up to PCNA Silverstone levels of last lap battling. But congratulations to Crow as he lifts the trophy and sprays the champagne as he takes round one here in the AOR Hype Energy Christmas Cup.
That was pure racing. That was pure action from start to finish. Something we don't see enough of in F1, but we have seen an exceptional dose in today's race, and that was a race to watch. That is a race I'm definitely going to be watching over and over again.
I will certainly have this race on replay, as it's just pure pleasure just to watch this. As it's Crow taking victory, followed by Cozzie, Timo in third, followed by VP Smash, Speech, Hayden, Michael, Flash, Return. It is Return. I thought that was Rerun.
Yeah.
Apex, Citizen Eli, Rally, as I went very slowly enough, but that is your top 10 that has scored points, and then Rally taking up the consolation prize of 11th.
Smash has just messaged me saying he got a penalty, unfortunately, for a desync issue with Chromatic. So that's really going to hurt him. Hopefully he can get that appealed and maybe finish on the podium, but regardless of the penalties, we saw some absolutely sensational action that just sets us up for what should be a thrilling season, especially with the cars that are that will happen in the next few races of this Christmas Cup. That is...
Speaking of Christmas Cup, the next race is the Williams FW14. That is going to be a race to remember as well. I will not be here on there. Aren't you racing in this next week?
No.
Oh.
Well, I might be. It depends if hopefully we can get another commentator on board, because I really would like to see similar action at Silverstone on Sunday, broadcasted live, and I hope all the viewers enjoyed that exceptional race just as much as we enjoyed commentating that. But yeah, Sunday, if this race is anything to live by, Sunday should be an absolute cracker.
Yeah, Sunday is looking to be an absolute cracker. Unfortunately, we're going to avoid driver interviews right now because I actually have to run off and catch a plane very soon. So, thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Austin Knight. I am joined by...
Cozzie, yes.
Just Cozzie. I want to call you Cozzie F1 for so many times now. But I've been joined by Cozzie. Thank you guys for tuning in. What a wonderful race. We will see you guys on Sunday in Silverstone, driving a bunch of Williams cars around that story track. And honestly, that car belongs right there. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope y'all had a great night.
Yep, thank you very much.